Hello, and thank you for coming to my League Start Postmortem for the Mercenaries League. Feels weird not to say Settlers. So now that League Start weekend is over, and the prices have kind of settled out, most items are around where they're going to be. I'm sure there will be a lot of shifts, but, it's not going to be super drastic. We can kind of look back, and I'm going to talk about how my League Start went, and what I would probably change pretty aggressively in the future. So the first thing I want to talk about is investment, because the investments that you're looking for in your league starter build is going to vary based on what you're trying to play. Some people like to invest into something that's going to clear 2 stones really quickly, and then they level a second build because they just want to play their maps, and that's great. Some people want to clear uber bosses on their league starter and then do some kind of janky ass trigger build for their second build. I mean, it's very personally dependent. But for me personally, I tend to go for 2 to 4 Void Stones and be able to farm up enough currency that if I want, my second build doesn't have to be League Start viable. If I need to do a 100% respec or anything like that, that's something I want to be able to do. So for my League Starter, I went for Explosive Concoction because it is fast, and I want it to be fast. It is incredibly fast in the campaign. You get access to haste, you get onslaught, you get all kinds of stuff, you get phasing on kill. It's some of the fastest leveling I've ever done, which is very nice. But the downside of that is that it kind of falls off pretty hard. Once you start to get a million to a couple million DPS, you tend to really struggle to get anything more. And defensively, there's only so much you can really do on reasonable levels of investment that you would, be expecting for a league starter. I tend to not really want to invest more than like 5 or 10 divines in my first build unless I know it's really going somewhere. Pair this with the very, very high attack speed and low damage. I mean, I'll show you the skill function after I'm done, but it's not really something you want to be playing for days at a time. It's great for grinding out some early currency. I think it's fine. I'm not too unhappy with it, but I probably would never league start it again. I think I would probably want something with more immediate power in the later stages. So I zoomed to 2 Void Stones, which is great. I did 2 Void Stones day one, which feels nice. I hit about a million DPS. I think I'm at 1 point something now. I transitioned to crit just because I refused to accept that this league starter didn't go past 2 stones. That probably is something I should have just accepted, but I am a cooker at heart. I also tried to make a Voltaxic first POB, which I'll probably also put in the top comment. But that one's useless. Don't try and use that. It's fundamentally non-functional. It's more interesting than anything. So I'll show what I'm looking at here. So this is what I have. I transitioned to Explosive Concoction of Destruction. I have a 6 link. I probably should get this Hypothermia off and put it on something else that's also off color. Evasion Body Armor getting half off color is already asking a bit. With no flasks, I'm at 1.7 or so, which is, not horrible, but it's not the best thing in the world, especially since you have to be hitting all of your overlaps for that to actually be your DPS number. I don't have anywhere near full uptime on flasks, but flasks do increase your DPS by quite a lot, which is why I wanted to be crit. Crit gives you access to both this here, which gives you flash charges on crit, which is obviously great, and the Watcher's Eye modifier, which I just put on a level 1 precision, which is there, yeah. Just so that I can enable that, because that flash charge is incredible. I mean, if you just look at the gem itself, you can see that the Ruby is the weakest DPS increase, and it is a 100% critical strike multiplier. So you can imagine that the other two are also incredibly powerful. So I kind of just went with that. Just finished leveling my bow build. I'm probably going to do some of that and farm some of the new content, just generally map clear. I wanted to do cast when stunned, but that is ridiculously expensive, and I'm not going to buy a Blood Notch and Immutable Force for like 20 div as a starting investment, which is what it seems to be at around now, so that's just not worth doing. I can kind of walk through the gear a little bit, but it's pretty basic stuff. This is just a shield I picked up. Devatos, because we're not doing physical damage, it has no downside, and it's, speed, chaos resistance, some attack speed, it's nice. Good body armor that I just threw some dense fossils at with the 6 link base. And just some accuracy gloves, dark rays, because I'm frenzy charge scaling pretty aggressively. It's like if I go over here and I turn off frenzies, look at my evasion rating. It is pitiful. I really need more evasion, but I just don't care enough. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm an SF player at heart. Who knows? So this is basically. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to have a CP jewel in here, but I just never got around to buying it because I didn't care. This is my league starter. It was fine, but I think I really needed to go for some more backloaded power. That would have been very helpful. I'll show a demonstration. Everyone normally does Minotaur for whatever reason, but I'm going to do Hydra just because I had it. So the bossing is fine.
One of my captives
Probably don't want to do it for map clear, just because you're clicking on each individual pack there, and that's cringe. Let's see, what else? I haven't talked about the league mechanic, but that's primarily because I haven't really been playing it. It seems like it's not enough power for the time spent on it for me to actually care in the super early stages. I'm probably just going to get a good build, and then I'll look into something or some guide that like Fox or someone makes on it, making these Izurin, who knows. And then we'll kind of go from there. So, I should click that off. That's what smart people do, right? Yeah. This is ethical. Yeah. We're all about ethics and PoE. Oh, what was I gonna say? Right, yes. So, a lot of people watched the video that I did not expect to. I expected exactly one person to watch the video, Andrew, and there are about another 200 that watched it. Couldn't tell you that I understand why, but, you know, I guess I'll maybe make more things if people want to see them. It's, like, fun. This is my favorite game. If I can do interesting, you know, mechanic videos like Dreamcore or something, or I could talk about the game design side of things. One thing I might do as well, if anyone is interested, maybe I'll just do it anyway, honestly, is a kind of data analysis perspective, because I think that this game has a lot of interesting stuff with how the economy kind of represents player expectations in a league at any given time. And that isn't something that I've seen anyone really talk about. It's just, oh, this item's expensive. That's because this build is strong, or because this YouTuber posted it. But I think that there's a really interesting kind of dichotomy with the expectations of a new league versus the reality of what they're actually going to be able to do with those. You'll see this sometimes with like Mahuaddle's Machination. Some person, probably Juices, posts some video about an insane strategy and everyone wants to mimic it. But then you get in game, you try it, and it's a nightmare, and most of the players can't figure out how to actually build it. And I think those things are so interesting. So I may do something like that, or I might just talk about this build. Another interesting topic that I might talk about is build transitioning, because that's another thing that I was thinking about doing, because I was looking at Peak Conka bouncing, because of course that's one of the meta skills, so it's just strong. But I thought it was more fun to just be crit, because I can just sit and be the skill that I leveled in the campaign with, and that's always been appealing to me. I mean, I'm a Righteous Fire main for a reason. But, yeah. Enough of me blathering. You can kind of see how the build's working. The tiny AoE, the fact that if I was playing a bow build, I could be attacking from right here, but I have to actually click on them. Then I rely on leech for the mana. It's just kind of clunky. There are much smoother skills you can play. The damage is good, the speed is good. But realistically, if you haven't done a league starter at this point, just play Volcanic Hydra or Snaking Man. It's so broken. Holy shit, it's so broken. I genuinely cannot believe that skill is in the game, but you know, abuse it while it's here. Won't be for long. Anyway, any of those things sound interesting, let me know. If they don't, and I'll stop. And that's all good too. Hope everyone's having a good league start.